Hello and welcome to Month End 2, Journal Entries with Zapier. My name's Jeff, I'm glad you're here. Let's just jump right in. In this series, we're looking at common month-end tasks, and we're mapping them to tools that can help. In this video, we're going to show how we can get copies of our journal entries from QuickBooks Online right into Excel, hands-free. To do so, we're going to use Zapier. Let's head straight into Excel, exercise 1. Now, our goal is to automatically and in close to real time get any new journal entry that's been added into QuickBooks sent over to this Excel file. And the tool that we'll use to do that is Zapier. And Zapier connects different online apps like QuickBooks and like Excel Online. So the first thing we want to do is we want to create this Excel file and save it to the cloud, to Microsoft's OneDrive. Even if it's saved on the cloud, we can still use it with our Windows desktop app. No worries there. It just needs to be saved online. And that way, Zapier can actually access it. So this file is saved to the Microsoft Cloud, and what I basically want to do is create a table to store my journal entries. So there's several different columns we could include. I'm just going to keep it simple, and I'm going to use the journal entry number, the account name, the type, debit or credit, and the amount. So I want to store this in a table. So I'm just going to put in a sample one here, like journal entry 1, account number 2 and 3, account name, we'll call it cash and AR. Type is a debit and a credit, and the amount is 100, 100. That's just some sample data so I can create the table. Now what I want to do is convert this ordinary range into a table. To do that, I go to Insert Table, and then I click OK. Okay, perfect. Now we have a table in the right structure to store our journal entries. And now this workbook is saved in Microsoft's cloud. And since it's online, Zapier can talk to it at any time. Let's go to the next exercise, exercise 2. This is where we need to use Zapier. So if you haven't used Zapier before, think of it as a hub that can talk to all of your online apps. Here we're going to connect it to QuickBooks Online and Excel Online. And by the way, they do have a free plan in case you want to check it out. All right, so I could describe the workflow that I want to its AI assistant and have it build the Zap for me. But I figure we're old school. We'll just build the Zap manually. So the trigger. So when does this Zap begin? It begins when someone's booked a new journal entry in QuickBooks. So I click Trigger. Now I search through thousands of apps. The one I want is QuickBooks Online. So I select it. So what is the trigger event? The thing that's going to kick this off? Well, it is, and depending on what you're working on, check it out. But here you can see there's invoice emailed, there's new account, new bank transaction, new bill, new credit memo, new customer, new expense, new invoice. Here's the one we want, new journal entry. But depending on what you're working on, you're going to want to check out these different triggers. So I'm going to select new journal entry. Now, anytime anyone creates a new journal entry in QuickBooks, this Zap is going to run. So we can select an account. Now, I've already set one up, so I'm just going to select mine. The first time you use this, you'll have to make the connection. It's super easy. And then I click Continue. Now let me test this trigger. So it's going to go look for recent journal entries. And here it found 3 that we can use as a sample. So we can hover over these and we can see the different values that's been provided by QuickBooks. So we can pick any of these to continue through as a sample, and I'm just going to choose this and click Continue with Selected Record. Okay, now what do we want it to do? Well, now we want it to put those values in an Excel workbook. So I'm going to type Excel. And I'm going to select that app. The action event is, here I'm going to use add row to table, but depending on what you're working on, you're going to want to check out these other options. And which account? So I'm going to pick my account. The first time through, it's going to have you make your connection. And then I'm going to click OK. All right, now we need to identify which workbook, which worksheet, and which table. So where's it stored? OneDrive. Which folder is it? All right, so I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to pick the folder that workbook is in. What is the workbook? It's called JES. And what is the worksheet? It's the exercise 2 worksheet. And what is the table? It's table 1. Now, you'll notice it just retrieved all of the column labels. So it opened that workbook, it looked at the table, and it said, these are the column labels. So what data do we want to put in each column? Well, for the JENUM, I'm going to use this plus button, and I'm going to pick a value from the previous step, from the QuickBooks step. And I'm going to scroll down, and I'm going to look at doc number. That's the journal entry number. Now for account number, what is it? Well, let's see what more is. Okay, that's the account name. Let's see what more here is. That's the type. What's more here? That's that. And what's more here? These are the account numbers. Okay, so I'm going to pick account num. All right, so I'm going to click that to add it to the account num. You'll notice there's 2 lines. There's the debit amount and the credit amount. So the first account number is 59, and then the second one is 113. Now, in thinking ahead, this is going to put these on the same row, which is not what we want. So we'll make a modification shortly, but let's just go ahead and finish this out. Now, what do we want for the account name column? We want this. And what do we want for the type column? We want this. And what do we want for the amount column? We want line amount. Let's click continue. Okay, now let's test this step. So before I do, let's go back and take a look at the workbook. Here we can see that these are the two rows in my table. Let's go back. Let's test step. Sending a row. Okay, row sent. Let's go back. And now we can see this is the row. Let me zoom in. So here you can see it took all the rows that were in that journal entry and it stored it in the same Excel table row. And that's not exactly what we want. No worries, we can make a change over in Zapier. But at least what we see at this point is a new journal entry is created in QuickBooks and it automatically ends up here in this workbook, which is pretty cool. Now we just have to clean up the formatting. Let's go back to Zapier. Okay, what we want to do is we want to create a new loop. So we want to say the journal entry can have multiple lines. For each line, do what? So that's going to create a loop. So we're going to click this add step. We're going to search for the word loop and we're going to use Zapier looping. Okay, and then we want to create loop from text and then we click continue. So now we need to think about which values are coming from QuickBooks and which ones do we need to split out into their own rows. Well, what we need is we need the account num, add a new value set. We need the account name, add a value set. We need the type, add a new value set, and we need the amount. So where do we get these? Well, let's go to account num. We get that from QuickBooks, and we scroll down and we get it from this row. Perfect. Where do we get the account name? We go back to QuickBooks and we get it from here. What about the type? It's from QuickBooks and it is this one. And what about the amount? It is this one. Okay, and the text delimiter is a comma. If it was something different, we could change it. The rest of these defaults are fine, so we click continue. Okay, and let's test this step. Okay, what we see is we see row 1, and it's here, perfect. And we see a separate row coming in, and it's here. That's perfect. And now we're going to send those into Excel separately. So they'll come in as separate rows to our Excel table. Perfect. Let's continue. Okay, let's continue. All right, now we just need to update our mapping here. So the journal entry number, that's still going to come directly from the QuickBooks step. The account num is going to come from the loop step. And we want to skip these preview values. And we want to go right down to the account num field. Perfect. Account name, once again, comes from the loop. Again, we skip the previews. And we use account name. Perfect. Type, once again, comes from the loop. We skip the previews and we go to type. And line amount, again, we skip the previews and go to amount. Let's continue. And now let's go ahead and test this step. Okay, let's go back over to Excel. Okay, and now we see that row was recorded. By the way, it's important to know that this step just tests the first row. If we actually want to run the whole thing with both rows, what we can do is click Test Run. So let's come back over to Excel. Let's delete this one. Okay, let's go back over here. Okay, and let's click Test Run. And let's test run. Now it's going to run through the whole Zap. So here it's doing this step. Now it's doing the loop, and now it's adding these rows. Okay, test ran successfully. Let's go back to Excel, and now we can see that that came in. Now if we want to test another one, let's go back here, and now let's do another test run. So we're going to want to do entry B, and we're going to say test run. Okay, now it's running the whole thing. It's pulling the value from QuickBooks, it's running the loop, and it's adding those rows to the Excel table. Let's go back to Excel. Okay, and now we see these values came in as well. So this is working. So now what we can do is exit run view, close this, And now let's go ahead and give this a name. So I'm going to rename it, and I'm going to call it QuickBooks Journal Entry to Excel. JES.XLS. X. Enter. Okay, and now if we're ready for that to be activated, we can just click Publish. And now it's published. So that means anytime anyone logs into this QuickBooks account, adds a journal entry, clicks Save, Zapier will be notified momentarily. It's going to set up the loop, and it's going to add the journal entry rows to this Excel table. Awesome. Let's go back to here and let's go to our final exercise, exercise 3. Here, let's just set up a summary report. And there's many different ways we could do it. We could do it by account, we could do it by journal entry. So that's up to you. Here, I'm just going to do it by journal entry. So I'm going to cruise back over here. I'm going to grab this table. I'm going to go to Insert Pivot Table. And I want to place this on an existing worksheet. So I navigate to exercise 3, I pick a cell, and I click OK. All right, I want to see it by journal entry. And I want a column for debit and a column for credit, and I want to see the total amount. If you'd rather see these organized by account, you could easily do that as well. Or maybe you want to see it by account name. So I leave that up to you. For now, I just want to see it by journal entry number. Okay, for grand total, I don't really need to see them added. I want to see the difference. So I'm going to go to Design, Grand Totals, and I'm going to say it's on for columns only. And now I'm going to select the word credit. And actually, let's move that over here. There we go. Debit is first. Okay, that's fine. And then I'm going to go back to Pivot Table, Analyze, Fields, Items, and Sets, and I'm going to create a calculated item. That's going to calculate the difference. So I'm going to call it diff, and the formula is going to be equal to debit minus credit. And I'm going to click OK. And now all these diffs are 0. Perfect. So now, anytime I want to refresh this pivot table for any new journal entries that may have come in, I can just right-click and refresh. And this is a quick way to determine if debits equal credits, which, if you're from an accounting background, you know is one of the big keys of keeping your books clean. So I hope this was a helpful demonstration showing you how you can take data from one online app, in this case we use QuickBooks, and sending it to another online app, in this case, probably our favorite app, Excel, using Zapier. And then how we can summarize this with a pivot table report. Thanks so much for joining me. Have a great day.
This video is a production of Excel University.